Alright, welcome back to another Art of War 3 replay. I'm your host, John Cena, and today we're going to be doing a clan versus clan 2v2 battle. I'm going to be the green player, and my partner, Bullet82 MK2, is going to be the blue player. So let's go ahead and get into it. We can see in the chat there that I wrote in a profanity. That is because we are facing off against two very strong resistance players. Both of them have 3 medals each in tournaments and AI battles, and one of them, the yellow player, I have just recently faced off against them in a tournament battle, and I got absolutely crushed by the yellow player. So I'm not exactly excited about our prospects in this battle, but as always, we're going to try our best with what we have. So here we go. We got some scouting unfolding around the map. We can see that the red player is clearly on a gold scout boost. Meanwhile, I've got about 5 assaults here at the yellow player's base. We're just dishing out some early aggression here. We're going to take out this coyote here. In the grand scheme of things, though, I don't think that this assault is going to do much. This is really just to put some pressure on the yellow player, forcing them to waste some resources on building riflemen for defense as I continue to tack up on my side. So Bullet and I are talking in the chat a little bit. I'm just letting Bullet know that this yellow player, again, was someone who had just beaten me in a tournament battle right before I had hopped into this 2v2 battle. So I'm actually going to let Bullet here know in the chat to watch out for a fast HQ4 build. That is what the yellow player went for last time, and I'm potentially anticipating the yellow player might try that again, so it's something for us to just look out for. So we see a coyote coming in here, getting a nice scout onto Bullet's base. I'm going to go ahead and flag a resource container on the map, telling Bullet to go ahead and pick that resource container up. I'm HQ2 right now. I'm trying to get a shipyard down and a 5th supply center so I can get some of those naval containers to get some extra resources for base development. And we can see here that now I'm going to go ahead and upgrade to HQ3. We got a coyote from the red player coming in to take this container, or attempt to. Meanwhile, we see a Cayman from the yellow player already at my base. And this Cayman's going to go ahead and come and place mines in front of my naval shipyard. So I'm actually going to destroy my naval shipyard. My hunch is that in the time it's going to take me to get another shipyard down, all the naval containers are already going to be taken. So I'm going to leave the naval side alone. I'm going to go fully commit to a ground build. So I'm going to go HQ3, try to get some hammers out, maybe mix in some infantry and a cyclone. I want to get a scout onto the red and yellow player's base. We need to see what they're up to because we don't know yet what they're going to plan for. Bullet trying to get some scouting with the Delta. But it's going to get cleaned up by the torpedo platform. And here we go. Look at this. This is a bona fide rush coming in. We got coyotes and infantry coming in. I am not prepared for this at all. I've got 1 hammer and 1 assault. This is not going to be enough. That is a ton of coyotes attacking my Evia factory. I'm trying to get some units out now, and I've dropped a rocket tower for defense. This is not looking good for me. I tell Bullet that I'm in trouble here. I actually canceled that cyclone last minute so I can save the resources. My Evia factory is going to go down. I'm trying to produce now assaults and hammers to try and defend against this rush. I've also got a gold construction boost going just so I can try to get a rocket tower as fast as possible. If I get a rocket tower, I should be okay in terms of cleaning up the coyotes. Just kidding. Here comes some gators coming in to dish out some heavy damage against my barracks. I'm going to lose a barracks. This is not looking good for me. Bullet's coming in though. He's got some reinforcements coming in to clean up these forces, which will be helpful. My rocket tower is finished and it's going to dish out some good damage. We've cleaned up the last of the coyotes and the riflemen, but now these gators are just demolishing part of my base. I've got some big pressure on me right now. This is not looking good on my end. I'm going to need to rebuild my base. So I'm starting to move some infrastructure now away from the edge of the water. Bullet's going to flag the red player's base, and he says that he's just going to launch an attack right now, and I tell him to go for it. In the time it's going to take me to rebuild my infrastructure, knowing the yellow player and red player, we're probably going to lose. So I decide that we're just going to commit now. I'm just going to send my forces to go in with Bullet, and we're just going to see what we can do here. So I tell Bullet, move his forces to a rally point. I'm going to go ahead and move my forces as well there. Bullet's forces are engaging a couple riflemen. Meanwhile, the Gators are just demolishing the back end of my base here. I'm going to lose more supply centers. I'm only down to 4 supply centers now, about to lose another one. Bullet is now launching an attack onto the red player's base. Here comes a Hawk from the yellow player. Barracks is going to go down. Bullet's making the move straight for the back of the red player's base. We can see there's a level 3 assault vehicle factory, and that the red player is producing a Jaguar for defense. We see a barracks go down for the red player. My forces are moving in. Bullet's forces are moving in. I'm going to throw on a gold common defense boost because we're before the 10-minute mark, and my units will have a 30% boost in damage compared to 20% using a common attack boost. So my forces are now dishing out damage onto the barracks. We're trying to take out production from the red player. Bullet is now dishing out damage with his hammers and infantry, and he's got reinforcements pouring in. The yellow player now trying to defend the red player. Red's suddenly in trouble. The tables have turned so quickly in the span of a few minutes here. And I'm going to actually go ahead and grab a resource container here that the red player did not pick up, which is going to be a nice pickup on my end. So I got some extra resources to work with, and now I've used a gold reconstruction boost. I'm going to go ahead and drop down a ton of infrastructure. Here comes some grenadiers, though, from the yellow player. Yellow's now trying to put some more pressure on me, trying to finish me off. My rocket tower is dishing out some good damage, but it's taking a lot of damage too, and I'm going to lose the rocket tower. Hawks come in, and they're going to snipe down that rocket tower. So all I've got to produce and defend is hammers and infantry, so I'm just trying to spam as many units as possible to defend here. Grenadiers now moving in onto my base. I just lost a barracks, so we're only down to 3 barracks here, and so I'm going to flag the yellow player's base, and I'm going to tell Bullet that we need to go attack the yellow player now. What's nice about me being put under pressure by these Hawks and Grenadiers is that the yellow player is not going to be able to use these Hawks as effectively when they need to defend against our attack. And here's our attack force here. This is a huge army of hammers and infantry just moving onto the yellow player's base. So let's see what yellow has set up defensively. And it looks like yellow's got a gun tower in production and some sniper towers. Here comes 2 Hawks from the yellow player. Yellow is now desperately trying to defend against our mass army here, moving in. We're going to take out that gun tower and a power plant as well. The yellow player's lost power. We need to take out that airfield, though, or we're going to be finished. So Bullet's moving straight onto the airfield. And if we can finish this airfield, it's going to deny air power, and there we go. Red's now trying to rebuild their infrastructure, but we got some infantry putting some fire down onto the infrastructure, so we should be able to clean up red. So now we got to finish off this Avia factory. We don't want any more aviation coming out. Avia factory is going to go down, and looks like yellow is going to lose the Hawks. Our infantry now are finishing off this last production structure, likely a construction yard. We're going to take out the assault vehicle factory and the level 3 headquarters now, and now we're just chewing up the infrastructure for this yellow player. Yellow's only got an armadillo and a grenadier at my base now, and I've got plenty of resources and a rocket tower in the back of my base. This is no problem for us at all, surprisingly. Bullet, meanwhile, is taking some hits onto his infrastructure, but it's not going to matter. This infrastructure from the yellow player is almost gone, and it's going to be very feasible for both Bullet and I to just build our bases towards the land and away from these gators. So right now, we're just finishing off the last of that infrastructure. Got my units on patrol just to check for any last attempts to rebuild from the red player. But at this point, it's pretty much looking like good game. We just got to finish off these last few structures here, and we should be pretty much all set. Alright, hope you all enjoyed this battle. This was quite the roller coaster battle. We were not expecting to get rushed in this battle, but we were not only able to successfully defend the rush working together, but we were able to counter and launch our own rush against the resistance players. Good luck in your battles, and we will see you in the next one.
Victory.